Hello everyone, May the 1st, welcome to May. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about retrograde planets and particularly Mercury because it goes direct on Wednesday. Retrograde planets don't really go backwards, but from where we are on Earth, that's what it seems like. Because we all planets rotate around the central point, which is the Sun, and because planets rotate at different rates to which the Earth does, there are times when they look like they're going retrograde from where we are. But this is a time energetically when we can review and revise and have a look and check the energy of that planet within our own lives and see what's happening. With Mercury going direct on Wednesday, you've had time for the last 2.5 weeks to go over plans that you might have for the future, to review things, to make sure everything is in place, to finish things up. So if you have some unfinished projects, finish them. Get it all out of the way so you can make time and make space for fresh energy when it comes in on Thursday. The next planet out that is retrograde is Jupiter. Jupiter's been retrograde in Libra for some time now. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, justice, freedom and wisdom. It's truth-seeking. It's looking for a deeper meaning in life, depending on the particular sector in which it occupies in your chart. Ask yourself about your own present belief systems, because Jupiter is about what you believe in, your philosophy on life. Are they serving you well? Is your belief system working well for you? Do you need to tweak it? Do you need to look at something else? And what does it mean to you to be successful and abundance and in abundance? What does abundance mean to you? Research, ponder, consider. Jupiter goes direct again in June. But Jupiter is also, while it is a planet of abundance, you can have an overabundance. We had floods the other week. The water behind me was up just below the trees. So don't gamble or speculate with Jupiter in this situation at the moment. We have a couple of heavy planets going retrograde at the moment too. Most notable is Saturn. Saturn is retrograde in Sagittarius. Saturn is usually the dispenser of justice and discipline, karma. Sometimes we see Saturn as the wise sage. It's time to do things thoroughly, correctly the first time. Not like this video that I've done today, but this is the 4th time. Build solid foundations for going forward. When your foundations are well thought out and well established, your project or whatever enterprise you are building will be much more robust. Also, Saturn makes us understand our limitations. Sometimes we think we can actually reach the sky. Well, there's nothing wrong with aiming for that, but sometimes we have to take a bit of time, or we have to go in a different direction. So understand the limitations that you have and seek help. Don't be afraid to ask for somebody else to support you. But be patient, practice and be patient. There are times when you would be dealing with authorities with the Saturn going retrograde, and it's not a time to protest because you're unlikely to come out on top. Be mindful of your boundaries. Be mindful of what you can do well. It's time for soul searching and preparing for change when Saturn goes direct in August. Learn from your mistakes. From them comes wisdom and understanding. The heaviest planet going retrograde at the moment is Pluto, which is doing some very interesting things in the wider world. And I'll talk about that some other time. But from our own perspective, It's time to view our shadow. Pluto is the planet of transformation, digging up what's buried deep, going down the rabbit hole, as it were, and having a look to see what stuff is there that we no longer need, stuff that needs to be transformed. What really are your feelings about power and control and money? Are your motivations for your desires about revenge? Or because you really, really desire it for some other reason? It's time for transcending controls and understand that transformation will take place, whether you like it or not. And we always have choices, even if it's only the attitude. If we choose to flow with the destruction and help with the rebuilding and the re-establishment, it will be much easier than if we fight and protest. It becomes so uncomfortable and so difficult when we do that, and very painful for us, because Pluto usually wins. It's a very, very powerful energy. To finish off, just a little story about Pluto. I have a friend who is very aware of the position of Pluto in her chart. And she was expecting Pluto to do something when it crossed her ascendant. But she didn't know what. And as astrologers, often we know that the scene will be set, but we don't know what exactly will happen. Well, it was a time of Cyclone Debbie here in Queensland, and it rained bucket loads and leaked through the building in which she has her study and her computer, her business. And Pluto is about transformation. It drowned the lot. And so does she rage and rant and carry on? Well, she could, but she's chosen not to. She's chosen to see that it's a new opportunity, an opportunity to replace and upgrade her files and her software, paint up her study, put in the furnishings that she would like there, and have a renewed start in life. So that's astrology offers us that insight, that ability to understand, not necessarily to know what is going to happen, but understand that something will happen and, oh, that's what it is. Well, these are my choices. I choose to go with the flow. What do you choose to go with? Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.